Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padagamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Tushe Nama Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Runda Vaneshwari. Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gauravakturinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. I am feeling extremely happy to be here amongst all of you, to get an opportunity to speak something about very special Dham, Kolkata Dham, Haribo. I am grateful to Nimayanpu and all the organizers of this youth camp to engage me in some seva. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shaktir Eka Chayeva Yasya Vibharti Durga Ichchanurupam Api Asya Chachestate Sam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamham Chami. So Brahmaji is praying to Krishna. He said, I offer my humble obeisances to Krishna, whose external energy is Durga. This Durga is not independent. She is servant of Krishna. And she works like the shadow of Krishna. She works as per the desires of Krishna. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Sadhana Shakti. She creates, preserves and destroys this world as per the direction of Krishna. Maya Dekshana Prakriti. Suyatesa Characharam. So, Durga Devi is a wonderful servant of Krishna. She is like superintendent of prison house. In this material world is called Durga prison house, where those who are disobedient to the laws of God are sent here. And Durga's thankless task is to train everybody and send everybody back home, back to Godhead. And her style of sending is with the Trishul. She inflicts everybody with three tap: Adi Atmik, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Daivik kleshas. So whole world unfortunately doesn't know how to get rid of the sufferings inflicted by Durga. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita that Devi Isha Gunamai Mam Maya Durate Mam Eva Prapadante Mayam Etam Taranti. That this material energy of mind, Durga, very difficult to overcome. Durga means very difficult, impossible. However, when one surrenders to Krishna, one can be saved from the clutches of Maya Devi, Durga Devi. So I see that conducting this youth camp is best way to celebrate Durga Puja. I feel Durga Devi must be very happy that here are people who are trying to surrender to Krishna and actually trying to please me. Durga is not very happy in inflicting pain. Her only desire is to inspire people to surrender to Krishna and send them back to Godhead. It is said, "Baton ke budh baton se nahi mante." So sometimes Krishna comes, teaches Bhagavad Gita. Krishna sends his devotees to teach, but sometimes people don't take Krishna and devotees and their message seriously. So Durga does her work, and sometimes then people may come to their senses. But best thing is, before getting love, better we learn by bath. So all of you are very intelligent. You are trying to understand teachings of Bhagavad Gita and surrender to Krishna, and this way become free from the clutches of Durga. So today I was asked to speak on glories of Calcutta. So I'll briefly speak on that. As Niman was telling, honestly speaking, I also didn't knew much glories of Calcutta. But in 2008, when His Holiness Ratna Swami Maharaj came, and in February, March, after the GVC meetings, he had come to Calcutta in Albert Road, and all of us had gone there to attend his class. And he spoke such an amazing class. It was so inspiring, very, very historic class. And just by hearing that, all of us were so inspired and we are feeling so fortunate. Oh, we are getting some opportunity to serve in this glorious city of Calcutta. So I'll speak something briefly. Though the holy places of the Lord are Chintamani divine, and it may not be possible to fully and sufficiently glorify, we can just make little attempt to glorify in some small way. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, there is a description of Lord Chaitanya coming to Calcutta, the place called Varanagar. There stayed a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, whose name was Raghunath Upadhyay. And he was a great lover of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he studied Bhagavatam and he recited Bhagavatam. When Lord Chaitanya came to meet him, Raghunath Upadhyay was so happy and immediately received Lord Chaitanya and he started reciting Bhagavatam. Generally, whenever some guest comes traveling after long distance, we offer him sitting place, we offer him water, we may offer him basic things, we may offer him prasadam, we may offer him place for resting, and when person is comfortably situated, we may discuss. Even if you want to discuss about Bhagavatam, we'll discuss when person is completely situated. Like all of you come from different places. I hope you have got some accommodation. You have got some basic arrangement. Imagine no arrangement made of prasad, accommodation, nothing, and just immediately class. People may not be very inspired. But when Mahaprabhu came, this Raghunath Upadhyaya, he did not make any arrangement. As soon as he saw Mahaprabhu, he became so ecstatic and uncontrollably he started reciting Bhagavatam. And he started reciting Bhagavatam in such great joy and such great ecstasy that Mahaprabhu started dancing. Have you heard any Bhagavatam class where speaker is speaking and audience is dancing? So Mahaprabhu, he became so ecstatic. He was listening Bhagavatam and dancing. And he was listening and dancing, listening and dancing. And this Raghunath Upadhyaya was not only reciting Bhagavatam in a poetic way, in a beautiful way, but also with heart filled with love. So that was what captivated Mahaprabhu, and practically hours and hours together. I forgot exactly, 7 or 9 hours he danced. And after that, he started glorifying this Raghunath Upadhyaya. He said, "My dear Raghunath, you are so empowered in reciting this Bhagavatam. I have heard Bhagavatam so many times from so many great personalities. Mahaprabhu is from Navadip. Navadip, so many scholars. And one of the great scholars in Navadip was Devananda Pandit, who recited Bhagavatam so eloquently. But Mahaprabhu was so angry and upset. Because he had no devotion and he offended great devotee Srivas. But when Mahaprabhu himself is a great Pandit and scholar. But when he heard this recitation from Raghunath Upadhyaya, he said, "You are the best of the reciters of Srimad Bhagavatam." And therefore he said, "I give you the name Bhagavat Acharya." Haribo. So this is the place of Bhagavat Acharya. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has written article in 1897. That is one year after Srila Prabhupada appearance. Srila Prabhupada appeared in 1896. So in 1897, in Sajjantoshni, Bhaktivinoda Thakur published article on Sri Bhagavata Acharya and explained in that article brief glories of Calcutta. And he mentions in that article that this Calcutta is non-different from Vrindavan. He says this Calcutta is like we see in Vrindavan. There are many kunjas of different sakis where Krishna is worshipped and served by different sakis. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this Calcutta is a part of Vrindavan and especially is part of Shama Manjari's Kunj, where Krishna is served by recitation of Bhagavatam. Even in spiritual world, there is recitation of Bhagavatam, and in different places, Krishna is served in different ways. Some places by singing, some places by different prasadam, different offering different things. And here is a place where Krishna is worshipped by reciting Bhagavatam. And Chatmahu said, "My dear Bhagavatacharya, actually you are Shama Manjari in the spiritual world, and you have come here. And you are doing same service which you do in the spiritual world. The service of reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is eternal. And reciting Bhagavatam is very pleasing to Krishna." And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this Calcutta is that Shama Manjari's Kunja, who appeared in this Lord Chaitanya's pastimes as Bhagavatacharya or Raghunath Upadhyaya. So I will read from that article little bit. Srimad Bhagavatam is very dear to Lord Chaitanya, and he also wrote the book Sri Krishna Prema Tarangini. If asserts of Lord Krishna and asserts of Lord Chaitanya are compared, then it can be known that the Sakhi name Shama Manjari of Sri Radhika is Sri Bhagavatacharya in Gaur Lila. In Krishna's pastime, she used to chant Krishna songs or Shamalila before Radha and Krishna. She only became Bhagavatacharya in Gaur Lila, who did her service by narrating Bhagavatam to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. In Krishna Lila, Srimati Radharani gave her that seva. In Gaur Lila, Sri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami included him in his own branch and gave him this seva. The symptom of service was that when Lord Gauranga came along with his assets at his kunja in Varanagar, Bhagavatacharya, without offering any food item or water, started reading from Bhagavatam, which was his actual service. The responsibility of Sakhi is to carry out their service given by Srimati Radharani that is being displayed in this pastime. O brothers of Calcutta, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying in this article, you are glorious because you are living in a place that used to be the village called Varhanagar. Because Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu performed his pastime there, that place is non-different from Sri Vrindavan. Haribo. Because Bhagavatacharya, a most intimate estate of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, performed his devotional service there, it is an auspicious place. O devotees who live in Calcutta, when will we become absorbed in chanting the holy names of Krishna together in the transcendental grooves of Shama Manjari? It is most unfortunate that we abandon gold in our own yard and search for gold in other countries. How can we forget the statement made by Sri Narottam Das Thakur Mahashay? He has written, Shri Gaura Mandal Bhumi Jebe Jane Chintamani Tara Hoya Braja Bhumi Bas. Oh brothers, the purport of this statement is deep like ocean. Please analyze with attention. Braja is a place of eternal pastimes, is in manifested and unmanifested form. When Krishna became Gauranga, he brought his own abode to Gaudadesh, and wherever Krishna did pastimes with devotees, that is the Vraja Bhumi. All are eternal. Gaud Mandal is not just a single adjoining land, but situated as disjointed land. Navadip of 16 crores is a place of Lord's childhood pastimes. Vrindavan in Vraja is same as 9 islands of Navadip. In middle, Shri Gokul is Mayapur. The different kunjas of Sakhis are those places where Shri Mahaprabhu accepted service from different Sakhis. So Shri Varanagar, Calcutta is that part of Gaud Mandal where Radha Krishna as Shri Gauranga is served in Shama Manjari's kunja. This is a much hidden secret that we have published. We hope that the Vaishnavas of Calcutta, after knowing this, would express their wonderful emotions. Are you feeling happy? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying this is much hidden secret that we have published. And we hope Vaishnavas of Calcutta will be express wonderful emotions after that. We are their habitual servant. If we get to know some of their emotions, we'll publish few more hidden secrets of Calcutta. So depending on, how person responds, person reveals more and more. He said, I'm just revealing a little bit. And if I know more, I can reveal more. So this Calcutta is a very special place. So it's part of Gaur Mandal Bhumi, where Lord Chaitanya is worshipped by recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is so amazing that in this place Srila Prabhupada appeared. And one of the most important service Srila Prabhupada did was he wrote commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. Jai Shri Nitai Gauranga Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, and then after writing that commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, he traveled all the world to spread glories of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and glories of Vrindavan. So this is not a part of material world. This is, here it is said, this is eternal abode of Lord, where Lord eternally performs his pastime. So also we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, that Lord Chaitanya traveled couple of times from here to Jagannath Puri from the banks of Ganga. And he also came from Jagannath Puri to Calcutta and then to Vrindavan on the banks of Calcutta. And he passed through this area on the banks of Calcutta, you know. So there is mentioned in another article how Lord Chaitanya passed through Adi Ganga, which is Toliganj, where Prabhupada appeared. So how Lord Chaitanya has passed through this area. So this area is blessed by Lord Chaitanya and his associates. Also nearby Calcutta, there are extremely important places of Lord Chaitanya and his associates. Just near Calcutta, there is Kumarhatta. What is speciality of Kumarhatta? Huh? It is birthplace of Ishwar Puri, spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya went to that place, he took the dust of Kumarhatta and ate it, and he became so ecstatic. And then he took some dust and packed it in his uttari, so that every day he can little bit take dust and in that way purify himself. Following the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya, so many devotees started taking dust of that place. Now that place, it has great, there is big pond created now, Chaitanya Doba. So because of little dust, millions of devotees taking, it has become now big Doba, big pond. So that place is just outskirts of Calcutta. Another very special place is Panihati. Lord Chaitanya says, I am always there at few places. What are places Lord Chaitanya says is always there? Anybody knows? Yes. Sachi Mata. Wherever Sachi Mata is cooking, Lord Chaitanya says, whenever Sachi Mata cook, I will personally come and eat prasadam cooked by Sachi Mata. So, Sachir Randhane. Yes. What else? Lord Nityananda is dancing. Wherever Lord Nityananda dances, Lord Chaitanya says, I join him in dancing. Haribo. And Shiva Sangan. The Lord Chaitanya is eternally performing his pastime in Shiva Sangan, dancing with devotees. And Raghav Bhavane, the house of Raghav Pandit. So this house of Raghav Pandit is in Panihati, where we see Lord Nityananda came with his associates, and actually many times Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda have visited this Panihati place because of Raghav Pandit. And Raghav Pandit and his sister Damayanti, they used to cook such big feast and carry in many baskets to offer to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to eat that prasad all throughout the year. They used to cook so many items, dry items, and very nutritious items, and for different things, very medicinal items also, and which Lord Chaitanya used to take all throughout the year. So Raghav Pandit, very dear associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one time Nityananda who came there, and when news came that Lord Nityananda is here, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was deeply desiring his association, so he came there, and we see that famous pastime took place. What is that famous pastime? Panihati Chidadahi Festival. Haribo. Almost 500 years ago, that Panihati Chidadahi Festival happened, and till today, that festival is continuing year after year. First time when I went physically to that Panihati Festival, I saw actually lakhs of people in Panihati Festival, and there's no invitation. And just only that day, and there's no crowd one day before, no crowd one day after. Only that particular festival, lakhs of people come from all other places. I was just wondering, even if President of America or Prime Minister of India or any big person gives one feast, people will forget after some time. But one feast, Raghunath Das Goswami sponsored, and that is remembered so much that last 500 years, every year, there is a festival in memory of that feast. Hmm? Despite Muslim rule, despite British rule, despite so many challenges, the festival has continued. So we can understand. Can any materialistic person arrange such a festival which will continue year after year, decades after decades, centuries after centuries? Nobody. Can anybody say, even the richest person in the world, can he say, I am going to give feast which I want to continue for thousands of years? No. But this festival can thousands, 100, 500 years ago, and it will continue for at least next 10,000 years. How? Because this is actually divine pastime of Lord. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, the Supreme Lord themselves, and Raghunath and all their eternal assets. So whatever they do is filled with great mercy. And these festivals are there to bestow unlimited grace to all conditioned souls. Nityananda Prabhu showed his mercy to Raghunath Das Goswami on this occasion, but actually through Raghunath Das Goswami showed mercy to all living entities, and he is continuing to shower mercy to all. So without Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, one cannot receive mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this festival is very special, where Nityananda Prabhu bestowed his mercy, and all Vaishnavas bestowed his mercy, and thereby later on Raghunath Das got mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is just, from here it takes 45 minutes only to go to Panihati, and it's on banks of Ganga, very special place. Ganga itself is actually very holy place. Lord Chaitanya loved Mother Ganga. When he was in Jagannath Puri, he told assets, I want to meet my two mothers, so therefore I want to go to Ganga. Therefore I want to go to Bengal. Who are the two mothers? He said Sachi Mata and Ganga Mata. So Lord Chaitanya considered Ganga as his mother. And he was so eager that he traveled all the way from Jagannath Puri to here to have darshan of Ganga. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed so many pastimes here. So we are very fortunate. Kolkata is on banks of holy river Ganga, which is not only just holy, but Lord Chaitanya has performed many pastimes, and Lord Chaitanya's assets have performed many pastimes. So Panihati is also on banks of Ganga. And besides Panihati, there is another very special place that is called as Kharda. What is Kharda? It was the headquarters of Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is the commander in, he is the most important empowered personality of Lord Chaitanya, who is carrying this compassionate preaching mission of Lord Chaitanya, and he made his base in Kharda. So there we see Mother Janma, Mother Vasudha, they stayed with Nityananda, and Nityananda's son was born there, Veer Chandra, who also carried this preaching moment very powerfully. So many times people come to Newtown, they say, oh, your Nitai Gauranga is so beautiful, they're so happy, they're dancing in ecstasy. So they're dancing because they're in their own homes, this Kharda, Panihati, this Kolkata, these are their hometown. There's their preaching base. So earlier, where we were in Albert Road, we had only Nityananda Prabhu. So Ratna said we had only Gaurang Mahaprabhu. So Ratna said we should have Nityananda Prabhu also, because this place of Nityananda Prabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu is the most empowered person in preaching. So he said, if you want to preach, if you invite Nityananda Prabhu, through his mercy, preaching will expand. So now we have Nitai Gauranga. So Nityananda's base was in Kharda, and Nityananda traveled to all these places. And there is description that Lord Nityananda came to our Patharghata, Haribo. In this area, Lord Nityananda came and performed ecstatic dancing and chanting. So this is the place where Nityananda has performed wonderful pastimes. Beside that, there is also just near Panihati, there is another place called Adi Saptagram. Adi Saptagram is the place of Udaran Datta Thakur. And Udaran Datta Thakur, actually that entire Adi Saptagram was a place of Suvarna Maliks. And Srila Prabhupada says that actually he comes in that lineage, same Gotra, Suvarna Malik. And Udananda Thakur was actually a associate of Lord Nityananda. Generally, people who are very rich and who are always dealing with gold, generally they are influenced by material energy. And we see where there is gold, there is Kali also. So many things are there. And it's very difficult to make those people devotees. But this Udananda Thakur, being empowered by Nityananda Prabhu, he made entire Adi Saptakram devotees. And all the gold merchants were chanting and dancing in ecstasy by mercy of Udananda Thakur. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And Nityananda Prabhu blessed all of them. So, that is also here only. When Britishers wanted to develop Calcutta as their headquarters, so Britishers invited these gold merchants from Adi Saptagram and developed this city. And they gave them the title Maliks. And Srila Prabhupada mentions that in Maliks there are two divisions. One is Sil and Days. So Prabhupada's surname is Day. Abhay Charan Day. Abhay Charan Gaur Mohan Day. So Day family is coming from this Swarna Maliks of Udananda Thakur from Adi Saptagram, and who have been very instrumental in developing this Calcutta as well. Another place which Prabhupada describes in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 10th chapter, is Ediagra. Ediadha. Ediadha is the place of Gadadhar Das. And Gadadhar Das was a close associate of both Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. It is said that Gadadhar Das is the incarnation of effulgence of Srimati Radharani. Gadadhar Pandit is incarnation of Srimati Radharani. And Gadadhar Das is incarnation of effulgence of Srimati Radharani. And he was going everywhere and preaching, and he was preaching to all the Qazis. And when he came here, he saw this Qazi of this place. He was a very cruel person, and he was not taking to the chanting of the holy names of Lord. And one night, Gadadhar Pandit, feeling deep compassion, he was thinking, Lord Chaitanya has come, Lord Nityananda has come, and they are delivering everybody. The most sinful people are all just delivered. But here is this unfortunate person, Qazi, who is not taking the mercy. He is not chanting the holiness of Lord. So he needs to be delivered. And in dead of night, Gadadhar Das rushed to the house of Qazi. And he went with so much enthusiasm and energy, and he barged in directly without considering any security and all this thing, and he started shouting in dead of night, Qazi, come here, Qazi, please get up and come here. And the security also got afraid, what is happening, who is this so boldly and loudly at top of lungs calling out Qazi. And Qazi was sleeping in mid of night, and he got up, and he was very disturbed, very angry. And when he came to see who is shouting, when he saw this, Gadadhar Das was shouting and yelling, Qazi, get up, come here. And then he saw, actually, Gadadhar, earlier he was very angry and upset. Generally, you disturb somebody's sleep, one becomes very angry, upset. And he was already a very cruel person, known for his cruelty. But when he came and saw Gadadhar Das, just by seeing him, his heart melted. His anger evaporated. And then he spoke Hey Gadadhar, why you have come in middle of night? No? Better you go take rest. We'll discuss tomorrow whatever you need to discuss. Gadadhar said, no. He said, whole world is getting delivered by mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. And you are the only unfortunate person who are bereft of mercy. So I want you to chant the holy names of Hari. Hmm? Please chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He was very cruel and he was very anti. But Gadadhar was so bold. He in middle of the night went and is preaching to Kazi. But because he was preaching with so much of love and compassion, that Kazi's heart melted. And he said, Gadadhar, don't worry. You go home and take rest. Tomorrow I will chant the holy names of Hari. Today you just go and relax. Don't be so excited. And when Gadadhar Pandit heard this, Gadadhar Das heard it, he started dancing in great ecstasy. He said, why tomorrow? You already have chanted the holy names of Hari, Haribol. And he said, by mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, you are delivered, Haribol. Because you have chanted names of Hari, you are delivered. Gadadhar Das became so happy. So this Vaishnava means Para Sukha Sukhi and Para Dukha Dukhi. Gadadhar was feeling so much compassion that everybody is getting mercy and this person fellow is so sinful, he is bereft of mercy, he will go to hell. So he wanted to deliver him. And as soon as he chanted Hari, he became so happy because he knew just by once chanting the names of Hari, one is delivered. So this is the place of Gadadhar Das in ideogram in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 10.53. Prabhupada mentions about the glories of Gadadhar Das. Also, Calcutta. Actually, Calcutta is a place of all revolutionaries. Here, Calcutta was the capital of Britishers, and we see so many revolutionary activities took place here. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he made Calcutta his base, and he preached to aristocratic Bengalis in Calcutta. During 100-150 years ago, actually, Gaudiya Vaishnavism was not very respected because of so many Apasampradayas, Aul, Baul, and whatever different Apasampradayas. There was so much of degradation. People in name of Lord Chaitanya, they were doing so many unethical activities, and therefore Vaishnavas were looked down. In old movies, Anand was telling me that if you have to show very crooked person, very demonic person, very low class person, they would show Gaudiya Vaishnava. Because that was, they think, very crooked, very person, people with low character, and so that was the scenario during Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur worked very hard here to preach to most aristocratic Bengalis so that they can understand what is the real Gaudiya Vaishnava, what is the real teaching of Lord Chaitanya, and to counteract all these Apasampradayas. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote so many books, more than 100 books. He himself was very exemplary magistrate, and himself was a great scholar, and he had so many. He used to meet with many influential people and try to present this Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself built his own home here, Bhakti Bhavan, and when the Bhakti Bhavan foundation was being made, Bhaktivinoda Thakur found Kurmashila, and later on Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave that Kurmashila to Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. So, lot of important preaching work Bhaktivinoda Thakur did based in Calcutta. One of the most historic things Bhaktivinoda Thakur did was he wrote the small booklet, Lord Chaitanya, his life and precepts, and he sent to many universities around the world, including McGill University in Canada, and in which he also gives prediction that soon great Senapati Bhakta of Lord Chaitanya will appear, and he will take these teachings of Lord Chaitanya and spread it in English language all over the world. And same year, actually, Prabhupada appeared in Calcutta. Ribo. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a pioneer of our movement. Whatever we are able to see now is actually pioneered by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur revived Lord Chaitanya's teachings. Practically, Lord Chaitanya's teachings were lost. Even to get one copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita was so difficult. Bhaktivinoda Thakur searched for many years. Finally, he found one copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita in Odisha somewhere, and then he later on wrote commentary on it and all these things. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur spent major time here in Calcutta. Later on, for some time he was in Jagannath Puri as magistrate. He was there also in Mayapur, Surbikunj. But finally, Bhaktivinoda Thakur came to Bhakti Bhavan, and it is in Bhakti Bhavan that Bhaktivinoda Thakur left this world. And we are so fortunate that by Krishna's inconceivable mercy and Bhaktivinoda Thakur's mercy, we have got this year Bhakti Bhavan, Haribo. Radharampu and team are working hard to renovate. Maybe next year there will be inauguration of it. So next year you can visit Bhakti Bhavan. It's a very beautiful place. The place where Bhaktivinoda Thakur departed from this world. Actually, a place where Vaishnavas appeared is very special. And the place where Vaishnavas depart is supremely special. Appearance Day of Vaishnavas is celebrated in a wonderful way. This Appearance Day is celebrated in a more wonderful way. So, I was just reflecting, why did Bhaktivinoda Thakur, though earlier he was doing bhajan in Puri, in Bhajan Kutir in Puri, Bhakti Kutir. He had a house in Navadip, Mayapur, where he spent some time and he revealed the holy birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. But he left in Calcutta. He could be living in Mayapur or Jagannath, but he left in Calcutta. I was reflecting because Bhaktivinoda Thakur had realized that this Calcutta is actually not different from Vrindavan. So he left from Calcutta. So this is very special. He could choose to live from any other place, but he chose to live his world from Calcutta. Similarly, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. These are our most recent acharyas. Bhaktivinoda Thakur and then Bhakti Siddhanta. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur was born in Jagannath Puri, but he spent major of his childhood and education, all this in Calcutta. He stayed in Bhakti Bhavan. He worshipped Kurmashila. And there, one great Acharya used to always come, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Jagannath Babaji Maharaj is very great Vaishnava, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur revered him very much. Bhaktivinoda Thakur considered him as a Shiksha Guru, and he hosted him. So he regularly used to come and stay in Bhakti Bhavan. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur got association of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj there, who used to worship this Giriraj Shila. So when we got Bhakti Bhavan, we also received the Giriraj Shila of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur spent his childhood days here, and we see when Bhaktivinoda Thakur got sick and he was supposed to go to give a talk at Midnapur on Brahman and Vaishnava, no? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur requested Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur to go, and he delivered a great talk. So we see later on Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, he went and did bhajan in Mayapur, But then he came and established his first Gaudiya Mutt at 1 Ulta Danga Junction Road in Calcutta. And later on, he established Bagh Bajar Gaudiya Mutt. So we see Bhaktisiddhanta Sarkar's headquarters was in Calcutta, and from here he established 63 other mutts, total 64 Gaudiya mutts. And even Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, who had a big mutt in Mayapur, Chaitanya Mutt, where he did his bhajan. He had mattas at many places around India, but he also left this world from Calcutta. So one cannot imagine what a special place is this, where great acharyas like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur decided to leave from this world and go back home, back to Godhead. And for all the followers of ISKCON, this Calcutta is very special, because Calcutta is birthplace of Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of ISKCON. Prabhupada appeared on 1st September 1896 under the jackfruit tree in Toliganj, just on the banks of Adi Ganga. So it is said, where Lord performs pastime, that place is called Shri Kshetra. And anybody perform devotional service in Shri Kshetra, one get 1000 times mercy. So therefore, generally, devotees are always eager to go to the holy places to perform their bhajan. However, it is said, anybody does bhajan in the place of acharyas, places where acharyas are called Shripad Kshetra, so one gets 1 million times mercy. So Kolkata is Shripad Kshetra, being birthplace of our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. So our deity worship minister Sevatul Prabhu, he was saying, "Arey, you are so fortunate. Here, just by staying here, you are getting 1 million times mercy. So this is more fortunate than even staying in Vrindavan and Mayapur. That if you stay in Vrindavan and Mayapur, you get 1000 times mercy, but in serving in Calcutta, you are getting 1 million times mercy." Rivo. One time during Prabhupada times, actually, Prabhupada, he established first temple in India in Calcutta at Albert Road. And since afterwards, when Mayapur land was purchased and a lot of devotees' focus started going in Mayapur, and they were finding it difficult to manage Calcutta. So they passed, GBC's passed resolution, let us close Calcutta and just focus on one place, Mayapur. And when this message went to Prabhupada, Prabhupada was furious. He called all GBCs and temple presidents and all this, and he said, yes, definitely, Mayapur is special. Mayapur is birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. He said, if you serve in Mayapur, you will get 1000 times mercy. No. But he said, Calcutta is my birthplace. He said, you serve in Calcutta, you will get 10,000 mercy. And he said, you may close down all temples, but you should never close down temple in my birth city. So it may be difficult, but then you will also get a lot of mercy. So this Calcutta is a very special place. Prabhupada worshipped Radha Govindev in his childhood at MG Road. That time it was called Harrison Road. And since childhood, actually because of serving Radha Govindev, his dormant love for Radha and Krishna is awakened. And later on we see it was here in Calcutta, Srila Prabhupada met his eternal spiritual master, Javam Vishnupad Param Parichana to Darshit Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada at 1 Ultradanga Junction Road, Haribo, in 1922. That also he met under jackfruit tree. So jackfruit tree seems to be very special. Jackfruit tree externally appears very hard and it's very coarse. But if you, and to cut jackfruit is a little difficult, but if you cut it, and jackfruit is very sweet. How many of you have eaten jackfruit? Jagannath loves jackfruit very much, very sweet. Externally is very hard, but inside sweet. Similarly, Prabhupada is jackfruit like Vaishnava. External very strong. We say fools and rascals and this, but actually his heart is filled with love and compassion, very loving and caring. So, so Srila Prabhupada was born here. Srila Prabhupada studied here. Srila Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur here. Srila Prabhupada worshipped Radha Govind here. And then from here, Prabhupada went to this historic journey on Jalduta. He took up that journey on 13th August 1965 and went to America to fulfill the instruction of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So he left from King George Dockyard, which is in Khidirpur dock. So a few years back, we had done 50th anniversary of Prabhupada's departure to Calcutta. That time we saw so many Prabhupada disciples came. We saw Ratna Maharaj, Janyas, and others came, and they went to the dock and they were offering obeisance dock. I was just thinking, it was so dirty dock and all. How can one even touch the feet there? Very very dirty and shabby, oily, and so many things. But I was just thinking, we are seeing with material vision, but this great person is seeing with the divine vision. They consider this place as a holy place, worship place. I remember Radha Maharaj came all the way from Moscow and he was saying, first thing I want to go to is to that dock, He came late night and the early morning he wanted to go there and he was very desperate. I was thinking, what is this dock, Just so many ships and so much luggage and so much cargo and so much dirt and so much, It's not a... But sometimes conditions are like us, we may not understand the importance of holy places because we can't see their glories without mundane eyes. But one can understand glories of it with divine vision, divine intelligence. So I see great devotees worship this place so much. Similarly, when Prabhupada came back to India, he established first ISKCON temple in India, in Calcutta. Rivo. So, and he established Radha Govind Dev. He named the deities Radha Govind because the childhood deities he worshipped was Radha Govind and they inspired him in devotional service. So he named these deities also Radha Govind because that Radha Govind were his inspiration in his bhakti. And we see this Albert Road is very special temple. There we have a special room of Srila Prabhupada where Prabhupada actually stayed there. And we see Prabhupada very much had a desire to develop Mayapur as headquarters of ISKCON. That time actually Mayapur was, just fields. There was no proper transport. There was no proper electricity and all these facilities. So some of the people, they're saying, Prabhupada, why go to Mayapur? Make your world headquarters in Calcutta. Prabhupada said, if you can give me Victoria Memorial, then I will make world quarters here in Victoria Memorial. But since we did not get Victoria, Prabhupada said, we'll make it world headquarters in Mayapur, where we'll build more beautiful place than Victoria. So we see, Prabhupada actually, Prabhupada was sitting here in Calcutta and was planning about purchasing land in Mayapur, and he was struggling very hard. So many devotees were struggling, but land was not, it was difficult to purchase land. Finally, Srila Prabhupada called Tamal Krishna Maharaj and he gave him Lakshmi, he told how to keep Lakshmi, how to deal with the people, and he trained him and then sent him to Mayapur. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj went and he purchased the first plot of land in Mayapur. And when he came back with the deeds, land deeds and all, Prabhupada was actually awake till midnight. And when he was wondering what happened, and when midnight, when Tamal Krishna Maharaj came, he gave the papers and he said, my dear Prabhupada, now land in Mayapur is yours. And Prabhupada was so happy. So even Mayapur land was purchased from Calcutta. So, and we see Janyas Prabhu and many other Yadubar Prabhu and many devotees actually got initiated in Calcutta. His Holiness Jabadaga Maharaj received sannyas in Calcutta. And so many devotees in Lilamrit whom we read, most of them actually stayed in Calcutta. And they used to take bath in that pukur in front of, our Albert Road temple. So it's a very holy place. Shilpa started life membership program in Calcutta. The first life member person is in Calcutta. And Shilpa started first Rath Yatra in India in Calcutta. And Prabhupada instructed that we should make this Kolkata Rath Yatra the most grand and glorious. And we see last more than 54 years this Kolkata Rath Yatra is happening. Prabhupada also gave instruction that there should be 10 temples in Calcutta. and Prabhupada gave a very special instruction to build a gorgeous temple in Calcutta. So here we see that letter is there. We shall open a very gorgeous branch in Calcutta. Calcutta is my birthplace. So all of you as my disciples should do something unique in Calcutta that will be very fitting service to your spiritual master. So Prabhupada wrote that letter in 1970s. 25th September. Now almost 70. This is 55 years ago. And we are trying to build the temple in front of that Pukur, in front of Albert Road temple in the Pukur. But somehow that did not manifest. It manifested in design. We got the permissions. Other few years back when I was coming from somewhere, I landed at the Calcutta airport and I wanted some map of Calcutta. So I went to the tourism center in airport and took the map of Calcutta, and I saw in front of Albert Road there is Pukur, and there it is mentioned about this project. Which I was wondering, the project is there in the map, but it's not has come in the reality, But anyway, due to some technical reasons, things didn't work there. And then there was a plan to build temple in Gurusudai Road. But every time there was a discussion with GBCs with the plan, GBC would always give some suggestions. Finally, architect said it is not possible to fulfill all your desires in this small patch of land. If we have to fulfill all your desires, then we need a big patch of land. Then finally, this land was purchased in Newtown, where His Holiness Ratna Swami Maharaj said, this will be the flagship temple of Calcutta. And he said, and then we can have many centers in Calcutta and preaching can expand. So in 2008 when Ratna Maharaj came, he gave a very inspiring talk. He said all the pioneers of Gaudiya Vaishnavism are from Calcutta. This Calcutta is the hub of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and this Calcutta is actually a land of revolutionaries. And he was telling that when Prabhupada was in final days, he said, I owe great debt to America, because it was Americans who came forward, young boys and girls who came forward and took this mission of Lord Chaitanya, and they assisted me in spreading Krishna all over the world. So Prabhupada was extremely indebted to land of America, because it was they who took up Krishna consciousness and spread it all over the world. So Ratna Maharaj was saying that the way Prabhupada feels great debt to America, we followers of Srila Prabhupada, we devotees of ISKCON, owe great debt to Calcutta. There is Calcutta who produce all our great acharyas like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta, especially Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya. So he was saying, but somehow other, when we started developing Mayapur, and especially after Prabhupada departed, Calcutta was neglected, and therefore not much development happened in Calcutta. Then he was telling us how in Delhi there are so many temples, beautiful temple in east of Kailas, glory of India, and there are now so many temples, almost 18 temples in Delhi. Then he said there are so many beautiful temples in Mumbai. There are so many beautiful temples in all the major cities in the world. But he said this is the hub of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, the most important city, Calcutta. For Gaudiya Vaishnavas, this is the most important city. There is not much being developed. So he was very keen that we develop preaching and we develop here beautiful center. So he asked us, how many of you feel unhappy to hear that nothing is yet much developed in Calcutta? So we're all raising hands. No, it's very painful. Mara said actually, but in one way, it's very painful. It's very unfortunate. But another way, actually, you are very fortunate. He said, because all of you have opportunity to become pioneers to develop Calcutta. Haribo. He said, I travel around the world, I meet so many devotees, and they discuss about pioneering days. When Prabhupada went to New York, established New York, and then Prabhupada, this Mukund Maharaj went and established temple in San Francisco, and then so many devotees went around the world and established temples. Those were pioneering days, very exciting days, thrilling days, where nothing, you go to the area where nothing is done and you develop Krishna Consciousness Center. It's a great joy, great satisfaction. He said, so many people I meet, they say, oh, we missed those pioneering days, such amazing. But he said, you are fortunate. You have same opportunity. You can be pioneers for Calcutta and you can develop this Calcutta. So, and so like that, Prabhupada has given this instruction to develop this beautiful temple in his birth city, Calcutta. And now we have got the land by great visionary efforts of His Grace Dayaram Prabhu, our temple president, and great help from Radharaman Prabhu, Debuda, Patit Pawan Prabhu, Navanand Bhagavan Prabhu, Shivaji Pinal team. Land is getting more and more. Almost now we have 28 acres of land. Haribo! And now slowly things are coming up. Now we are at least piling done of phase 1. Now side foundation, other things will come. But there is great need of lot of help to manifest this vision of Srila Prabhupada. So in Calcutta, His Holy Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was the first president of Calcutta Temple, and he became president of Calcutta Temple 10 times. Tamal Krishna Maharaj was the first GBC of Calcutta, and His Holiness Bhakti Sharma spent maximum time in Calcutta, and he had such heart for Calcutta. He used to, in 2020, when he came, he gave me 10 dates. He said, I will come on this date, this date, this date, 10 dates in 2020. And he said, we'll develop this new temple in Newtown. And he also showed, he said, we had a guest house. He said, we'll transform this guest house and we'll make the office for the new temple. And he gave suggestions how things should be there. But anyway, inconceivably Krishna took him back home, back to Godhead. But he had a great desires and his great blessings are there. And I remember one time some of us had gone to Newtown. Some of us from Newtown had gone to Gordhaniko village, and His Holy Ratna Swami Maharaj gave us tour of Gordhaniko village. And then he said, I'm giving my heart to you. So he said, please take care of my heart. He said, my heart is to build a beautiful temple in Newtown, Calcutta, because that is the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, that is desire of Prabhupada. And it would be such a fitting offering to Prabhupada. So Calcutta is a wonderful place where we can come and worship Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, his assets, and also is a place where we can dedicate and serve and make this dham, reveal this dham to the whole world. For next 10,000 years, millions or billions of devotees around the world will come here to worship Calcutta. Calcutta is gateway to Mayapur. So before going to Mayapur, everybody will come here to take blessings of Prabhupada and then go to Mayapur to take blessings of Lord Chaitanya. So this is a very special place. Here is a place where Kadada Das boldly preached. Panihati, where Raghunath Das served Vaishnavas in a humble way. Kharda, where mercy of Lord Chaitanya was distributed without any discrimination. Varanagar, where Bhagavatam was recited. Adi Saptagram, where all the ancestors of Lord Srila Prabhupada appeared. So this is a place, home base of preaching of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. So Ratna was quoting that where there is great need, there is great mercy. They said there is great need that we develop this place, and he was urging that if you can dedicate to this spiritual compassionate revolution. It is a place of revolutionaries, but our revolution is special revolution. It is a compassionate revolution. And he said, if you can dedicate your life, then that will create a history. So like Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur told Prabhupada, if you preach this message in English language, in Western world, this will do good to you and good to whole world. Similarly, if we can do something in this birth city of Srila Prabhupada, Calcutta, this will do good to ourselves and to whole world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Kolkata Dham ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So how many of you want to become pioneers? How many of you want to become pioneers to develop this Calcutta? So you have the opportunity. Okay. Last time when Ratna was there, he just said that, you may think it is a very big thing, difficult thing, but we just have to try. He was quoting Srila Prabhupada. He said, I was just hearing lecture of Prabhupada. When Prabhupada was talking in the lecture, he said, my spiritual master gave me impossible instruction to preach this message of Lord Chaitanya in English and Western world. Can you imagine? It was impossible in 1922. But he said, I just tried. It was an impossible instruction, but I just tried. And by mercy of spiritual master and parampara, things have come out nicely. Similarly, Mara was saying, it may appear very difficult, but you can just try. And by mercy of Guru Parampara and Lord Chaitanya, things will manifest. Another time, one devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you said Bhaktivinoda Thakur is eternal asset of Lord Chaitanya. So why did he not spread message of Lord Chaitanya all over the world? If he is eternal asset, Lord Chaitanya, he could do that. He said, yes, Lord Bhaktivinoda Thakur could preach the message of Lord Chaitanya all over the world. But he said he left that service to me because he wanted me to get the credit. So Ratna was telling that Prabhupada could build that beautiful temple in Calcutta. He built 108 temples, he could build here also. But he has left this service to all of you. So all of us have this great fortune to accept this service. Everybody wants to dedicate life for some cause. But to find a worthy cause actually is very difficult. We are so blessed that we have got this worthy cause to serve Srila Prabhupada and fulfill his instructions. Mercy of spiritual master, mercy of Acharyas. What is mercy? Mercy is the service they give, the instruction they give is actually mercy. Now it's up to us how sincerely we take and how much we access that mercy. Prabhupada was given two instructions, and whole life he worked hard uh, to fulfill those two instructions. And in this way, he accessed unlimited grace of his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. Prabhupada was told to preach in West, and he established ISKCON. And Prabhupada was told to print books, and he established BBT. And in that way, he's doing unlimited service. Similarly, we also have got this good fortune to develop Calcutta, and especially in this project, Abhay Tirtha project, beautiful project here in Newton. So to the degree we take it seriously, to that degree we can also access the mercy of Guru Parampara. Okay? Thank you. Hare Krishna.